Today, I want to talk to you about 10 items that I think are really important. They've helped me out a ton. They're all under $50, so it's not going to break the bank, and I think they're super helpful for solo filmmaking, run and gun filmmaking, just being a solo creator. And I'm hoping this isn't just going to be the exact same video that you've seen before or you've seen 1,000 times. I think I've got some curveballs in here, some things that have really helped me out and have benefited me and that don't really show up on other people's lists. So stay tuned to the end. Let's get right to it. Make it short and sweet. Starting off with number one. Number one is lens wipes. I'm pretty sure you can get a box of, I think it's 400 for under 20 bucks. And man, I don't know about you, but my lenses, my cameras can get super dirty when I'm out filming, especially here in Hawaii. So having lens wipes wherever I am, always on hand, is kind of a must. And these ones are super gentle. I don't worry about scratching my lens or anything like that. And they're really good for cleaning my glasses too. But if you want your gear clean, if you want your lenses clean, lens wipes, definitely a must. Next, I actually don't have this item on hand because I've run out of it. So I've just put in an order from Amazon, and that's gaff tape. You really can't have too much gaff tape. There's always reasons to have it, whether you're hiding cords, making sure cords are safe on the floor, you got a bit of a crazy rig and you gotta tape stuff up. Whatever it is, gaff tape always comes in handy, and you can get multiple rolls for under 50 bucks. Sometimes the gaff tape can get a little crazy, and that's why the next item is just a pocket knife or some kind of knife to be able to cut stuff up. And whether you're opening boxes all the time from your B&H or Adorama purchases, or tape, zip ties, boxes, you name it, always having a knife on hand is great. This one honestly is just a little bit above 50 bucks, but you can get some great knives for $50 or under. For the filmmaking needs that I'm talking about, 50 bucks will do great. Kind of continuing on the theme of tools, I think this small rig Multitool is perfect. Whether it's hex keys or just regular screwdrivers, flat bits, this thing is super helpful. So there's been so many times where I need to get a base plate off, switch base plates on different cameras, tighten things on gimbals or other rigs. The Multitool comes in handy, and I think, again, it's kind of a must just to have on you at all times, whether that's in your bag or just in your pocket. But there's been so many times where I forgot to bring this, where it just ends up biting me in the butt. So I now always make sure to have this with me wherever I go. I've tried a bunch of different multi-tools, and I found this small one by Small Rig is great. It's built well, it's sturdy, and it fits pretty much every need that I have. So again, I'll link it below. The next is Earth lens adapters. I've actually got a couple of these. These are great. They're just manual, so there's no autofocus. They're cheap, but they're built pretty dang well. These things have lasted, and I've had mine for years. The ones that I have, I've had EF to FD, so that I can shoot on my FD, my Canon FD lenses. I use this for my FreeFly Ember. It doesn't have autofocus, so this was perfect for that. It's a really simple mount, but I think they're built well, and they've served me really well, and they're cheap. Another piece of small rig gear is the Small Rig Field Monitor Mount. So this is actually one of my favorite monitor mounts. I've used it on my Canon C70, on my FreeFly Ember, just to hold up whatever monitor that I have. They're built well. Your monitor is not gonna just kind of collapse and flop around everywhere. It's pretty sturdy. It's super simple. Just screw it into the bottom of the monitor and you're good to go. And again, doesn't break the bank. The next item is the Rode Deluxe Windshield. This has saved my butt on a multitude of projects. Sometimes the wind is just a little bit crazy, and this ain't gonna do it. I've, again, been kind of bit in the butt and just had this, and I have not had the Deluxe Windshield, and it just killed my audio. So make sure you don't just have kind of a little piece of foam, but invest in a great windshield. And doesn't break the bank, is under 50 bucks, most importantly. My next item, maybe one that you don't think of until you need it, and that is sandbags. Sandbags are cheap. You just fill them with rocks or sand or whatever you can to weigh it down. When your C-stand is a little too heavy or a little off balance, or again, it just gets a little too windy, sandbags will save your gear and maybe save your shoot. So make sure you don't neglect this. Get some sandbags. I honestly just keep mine in my truck all the time. So wherever I go, whichever shoot I'm on, I know I've got some extra sandbags in my truck. The next item is an ergonomic mouse. I don't know if you've run into this issue before. Maybe you have, maybe you haven't, but I ran into a situation where I got some tennis elbow, and it was just super, super annoying, especially because I couldn't really play basketball anymore. But that's a whole nother issue. But I found that getting an ergonomic mouse was surprisingly helpful and helped alleviate some of that pressure or some of the strain that was kind of causing my tennis elbow. So because I was just clicking all day on just a piece of junk mouse that I didn't want to spend too much money on, it ended up actually causing some issues. Just switching up my mouse actually helped out a ton. Don't skimp too hard on your mouse, get a decent one. I think the one that I bought was maybe $60. But if you find something that's on sale, you can get a good mouse for around 50 bucks. Lastly, along the same lines, helping out with my tennis elbow, but also just helping out with my muscles in general after a long day of shooting, getting a massage gun. That absolutely helped, alleviated, and got rid of my tennis elbow, believe it or not. So a massage gun, I would highly, highly recommend it. Whether you have tennis elbow or not, it is just helpful just with muscle aches and pains in general, along with just being healthy, eating well, exercising, all that good stuff. You can maintain and also rehab anything that is sore. So those are my 10 items under $50 that I think are super helpful and critical to my work. Let me know your thoughts. Did I miss something that's under 50 bucks that you think is critical or essential to your work? I'd love to hear from you. I am always interested in a good item under 50 bucks. So let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video. Welcome to my gear room.